The Thrunite Archer Pro is the larger version of the Archer Mini. You can see right here, a little bit larger and brighter and a little more expensive for that matter. But you can see the difference between those. I've already reviewed the Archer Mini over here. This review is going to be on the Archer Pro, so we'll get this one out of the way. There it goes. So the Archer Pro lists for $39.99. Some links down below. You can check it out on Amazon. This light puts out a maximum of 1,022 lumens, and they say it will throw a whopping 439 feet, 134 meters. Real world distances, you're not going to see over a football field with this light, but it does put out a really lot of light for its size. This is also USB-C rechargeable. You unscrew the head here, and right here is a USB-C port. Does not come with a cable, but if you're like everyone else, you probably have 50 USB-C cables around the house. So I like the fact that you just unscrew it. There's not a battery that you can get to. The back doesn't come off. Nothing else comes off. The battery is just built in there, and you charge it right in there. When the light is dying, it will flash to let you know that you need to charge it. Otherwise, there's no other indicators. And then that seals down back there for that IPX8 rating that it has. Up in the front there is an orange peel reflector with the Cree XP L2 emitter in there. Glass anti-reflective coated lens there, you can see. And it's a reasonably deep reflector. And that is going to give you some good throw on this light. In the hand, you can see it's not that big. It's kind of the size of a AA battery light. So not too big. Easily fits in your pocket, and fits in your pocket with this bi-directional pocket clip. So you can carry it tipped down this way, or you can carry it tip up this way, or you can stick it on your hat if you want to use it for some task lighting. Lots of different uses. The pocket clip works well, and it goes in over a smooth surface here, which I appreciate. It doesn't dig down, so this is going to go into your pocket fairly easily. The pocket clip can come off if you are not the pocket clip carrying type. You can just pull that right off there. On the back is the tail button, the only button on this, and that actuates the light. The user interface on this light is a little bit different than most lights that you might be used to. Often I say when I do a flashlight video that if you've had any other modern flashlight, you'll know how to use it. This one is a little bit different. So the way it works, if you long press it, it comes on to the moonlight mode. 0.41 lumens, and it's going to do that for 51 days. And then you can click it back off. If when it's in the moonlight mode, you long press it again, it's going to flash, and that's now locked out. You can see, can't turn it on. To get it out of the lockout mode, you again hold it down, and it will flash back into that moonlight mode. Turn it off. Single click turns on to whatever the last mode that you turned it off from. Mode memory, to everything except the moonlight and the turbo and the strobe. So it turns on to the last mode. Now, the way this user interface works is it's a ramping user interface, and you do that by holding down the tail button, and it will ramp up. When it gets to the full bright, it will flash to let you know that it's at the high of 478 lumens. It's going to do that for a minute, and then ramp down to 208 lumens. And then if you hold it down again, it's going to ramp down, flash at the bottom. That's 13 lumens. It's going to do that for 37 hours. From any mode, you can double click, and it's going to go to that turbo, 1022 lumens for 1.5 minutes, ramping down to 191 lumens for 145 minutes. From any mode, also, you can triple click, and it's going to go to the strobe, and then click it again, and it goes back off. So fairly straightforward user interface, but different than most other flashlights. For me, I would prefer to just have the standard brightnesses of maybe click it on and then click it again to go through maybe 3 levels of brightness or 4 or whatever you might have for this. The ramping, I don't know, it's okay. I could kind of do without the ramping. I'm in an Amazon Prime world. I want my brightnesses right now. But if you need the turbo, you can double click to it. Otherwise, again, you can ramp up, click it again, and it'll ramp back down. So you can just kind of alternate in either direction each time you press it. Different user interface, see what you think of it. I'd prefer the click up through the brightnesses, but that's just me. Now, a light that people might compare this to is the Olight i5R. As you can see, they're both about the same size. They're both roughly single AA battery version lights. Same size, same style pocket clip, ballpark same price. The Thrunite Archer Pro is $39.99. The Olight i5R is $35.95, so $5 difference. But the big difference between the two of these is the brightness. The Olight has a maximum brightness of 350 lumens, throwing 209 feet, and the Thrunite has a maximum brightness of 1022 lumens, throwing 439 feet. So almost not quite 3 times the brightnesses, but a lot brighter, and it will throw over twice as far. And a lot of that is because I think the Thrunite has that TIR lens, and the i5T is not a thrower in any way, shape, or form. It's very kind of a close area light, not what I would really prefer from a light this size. I would much more prefer something like this that you can do some up close and you can do some throwing if you need. The i5T doesn't even throw as far as the i3T for that matter. So not my favorite Olight. But if you're comparing these two and debating between these two, for $5 more, you're going to get the same size light, but it's going to throw way farther. So definite win for the Thrunite there. The Thrunite on low is, fairly usable for close-up distances when your eyes are adjusted. But then if you need to reach out and touch something with that light, that 1022 lumens, which is only going to go for a minute and a half, but you're not going to need that much brightness from this size light. That's not why you're carrying this kind of light. If you're doing a search type thing, you're going to carry something not a little pocket-sized light. But that 1000 lumens will reach quite far because of the way that reflector is. So overall, great light. Affordable, small, compact, easily fits in your pocket, rechargeable. Check this one out, the Thrunite Archer Pro.